everyone, welcome to the next installment of the Karcher Makes VLOGMAS 2024. It's days 21 and 22. Only 3 days left until Christmas, and the time has just flown by. So the final weekend before Christmas is always pretty busy, I'm sure, for anybody. But yesterday we had a party to go to, we had some time with friends, and then today was all of the grocery shopping. And I don't know about you all, but I don't mind meal planning, I don't mind cooking, but the act of going to the grocery store is my least favorite chore ever. I can't stand it, but it's kind of something we need to do. So I sucked it up today. I went to the grocery store. I now have everything we need for Christmas cookies, for Christmas Eve dinner, and for Christmas Day dinner. So I'm pretty excited that I won't have to step into the grocery store for probably another week or so. So let's start project talk with our Freckled Whimsy striping 24-day socks. So here we are. These are being knit in tandem, and I love them so much. So I'll just show you on the one. So today's color brought me to the length of my foot, and I wear a US women's 7.5, depending on how they're made. And for me, that means I need 7 inches from the back of the heel to the start of the toe. And I am perfectly right there after today's stripes. So tomorrow's socks are going to be starting the toe. Now, what I'm going to do with the toe is a little bit of color management. So it looks like for each stripe, we average about 5 rows of color per stripe. Now, as you start decreasing for the toe, obviously those stripes are going to get wider and wider because it's less and less stitches. So what I'm going to do is start the toe and then make sure that I have of this next color just the 5 rows, so that then when I start the final color, the actual striping sequence will be even with one another with just the 5 rows per color. You don't have to do that. It's just me being picky. It happens. But that's how I'm gonna do these. And I'm super excited to get these done. Now, here's the other thing. I normally wear my Advent socks on Christmas Day. However, like I just mentioned, I wear a size US women's 7.5. I bought the cutest pair of shoes, and you'll see those in the final episode. And there's no way I'm gonna wear those shoes with these thick of socks. They are, they have like the fake fur on the inside of them, so they're a little snugger than normal shoes. And I don't think I'm going to be able to wear them with the DK weight socks. So I don't know, maybe this will be Christmas Eve wearing socks, and then for Christmas Day I can wear normal fingering weight socks with my new shoes. We will see. Next up, let's talk a finished object, and I am so happy with how this turned out, and I'm so excited with how she looks. So I need 2 hands for her. Look at Gnana. How cute is she? Like, I can't. This is my favorite one. So you can kind of see back there. Last year I did it was a snowman and his little gnome friend. And then I did another gnome. I don't think you can see it from here, over the summer, but this one is too much. And You could have either purchased or made glasses for Gnana. I chose not to do that because lazy. But instead, what I did was I have these very long toothpicks. They're extraordinarily long for some reason. But I took one of those and I cut it in half. And then I gave her some knitting that she can be working on. So there she is, Gnana, visiting for the holidays and working on her final little gift knitting so that she can give it to whomever's lucky enough to get a hand knit project for Christmas. I just love this so much. So there she is. And just as a reminder, this is a pattern by Imagine Landscapes. They do mystery Gnome alongs a couple times a year. This one obviously is the Christmas one. And they just came out with a book, which I don't have. And if I don't get it for Christmas, if no one took the hint, I might pick that up. But it's called The Gnomes of Grimblewood. And they're just so cute. And they're quite easy to put together. Once you kind of make one and get the gist of the construction, it's pretty easy from there. There she is, Miss America, Miss Gnana, ready for her Christmas trip. So next up, another work in progress. And I showed this one the other day, but it wasn't very far along, and it's still not too far along, about halfway. This is the latest bauble from the 12 Elegant Days of Baubles by Stacey Lewis, the knitting tutor. And this one is day 4 from the first installment of the ebook. And the pattern is called Ribbons and Lace. I'm fairly certain. If that's incorrect, I'll correct it below. But it's these sort of traveling stitches with eyelet lace, and I just think it's really pretty. The yarn I'm using is Sunset Fiber Co., and it's an unlabeled, unnamed mini skein that I had picked up. And there's that. So hopefully this will be done by maybe tomorrow, maybe Christmas Eve. I really hope to make more of these this year, but, 2 done and 1 in progress. I'll take the win. So I am still working on my Shift Cowl, although I did not bring that up here because it's really not that much progress to show. Between the party stuff yesterday and going out, I just didn't have time to dedicate to it. I mostly focused in on the socks and getting Gnana all set up and put together. So I'm not going to show that. Progress is still going. But I did start another project, technically speaking. So if you recall, or maybe you don't, a few months ago, I posted a video about how to design your own socks. And I was using some Rising Tide Fiber Company yarn for that. It's called Raven's Flock, which is this kind of natural with purple, gray, and black speckles. Very kind of subtle speckles. So I was making socks with these, the socks that I made for that video. It was like a window pane triangle design. But Helen Stewart, this past week, maybe it was the week before, they released I think it's 10 sock patterns, which are a lot or mostly the Christmas Eve cast on socks that Danny of Little Bobbins kind of made famous, knit famous. So she released a book with 10 of the patterns, and then it was on sale. And I think with the conversion from pounds, I'm pretty sure it was pounds, maybe it was euros, I'm pretty sure it's pounds. From pounds to dollars, it was $13 for 10, I think, sock patterns. So of course, I scooped it up. Now, as I was kind of going through the patterns though, I really wanted something for US 1.5 needles, and I wanted to be able to use this yarn. So I frogged those other socks and cast on, and right now it's literally just the cuff. I cast on the Vintage Fairy Lights pattern from that ebook. And this is showing kind of blue on screen. I don't know what it is with purple that makes it so difficult for cameras to pick up, but I promise it's a very sort of royal ravens, of course, purple. So these are going to be my kind of carry along socks that I'm going to be working on. These are not my Christmas Eve cast on, obviously, because I cast this on yesterday, and yesterday was the 21st. But I will be skein up some yarn, probably tomorrow. Maybe I'll just wait till the 24th to do it, for my Christmas Eve cast on socks, which is going to be a different pattern out of this ebook of sock patterns from Helen Stewart. And I'm super excited. I'm thinking that next year, 2025, I haven't really thought about like any sort of firm plans, but I'm thinking I want to do more socks. I don't know what that means in terms of commitments. I really don't want to commit to anything specific. Like, I know there's a lot of knit-alongs and stuff like that, but I think I just want to be more relaxed and chill about my goals and not have a bunch of projects where I do this like self-induced rules and deadlines that kind of takes the joy out of the knitting for me. So in any case, this yarn got frogged, those socks got frogged, and I'm starting a new pair, and then I'm going to turn around and start another new pair of socks in 2 days, because why not? Brings me joy. I should add, I'm keeping these socks in this, it's called a ball sack, and it's from Steel City Stitcher. I don't think they make anymore. I've tried looking them up a couple times and haven't gotten very far, but I just love, y'all know, I love gingerbreads, and this fabric is perfection. And the inside has little gingerbreads in it. So I love using this for my Christmas socks. Okay, now that project talk is over, let's open Advents. So I did not open my Advents from yesterday, so we're gonna do days 21 and 22 here. Day 21, and we're gonna start with Rising Tide Fiber Company. 10 gram minis, Candyland theme. It's so good. Pinks and blues and teals and that tiny little orangey color right there. Oh, I love it. So this one is called Candy Castle. And honestly, I mean, that's a perfect name for this color. Candy Castle. Up next, FrogIt Yarns, day 21. It is very, very peachy. Peachy, peachy, peachy. With, as expected, some of the darker speckles. Oh, how good is that? I love it. So here's day 21. Next up, day 22. We'll do Rising Tide Fiber first again. Oh, so good with the speckles, so good. So this one is called Cupcake Commons. And it's a lilac-y purple with red and green, lime green, my favorite green, speckles. And so let's do day 22 of FrogIt Yarns, and then there's also this surprise that I haven't opened yet. So we're gonna see what's in here too. It's so pretty. So this is a very, very light pinkish peaches color with some kind of orangey red speckles, and it is beautiful. So let's see what our little surprise is today. So the last goodie bag was stitch markers, so let's see what these are. They're so cute. Little needle stoppers that are, of course, a frog. How adorable are those? So here's day 22 of our Rising Tide Fiber Company and FrogIt Yarns Advents. So let's look at week 3 of our Advents together. So here's the Rising Tide Fiber Company. We started out the week with our gingerbread and molasses swamp themed, and then we've gone into these pinks and purples. Love it. And for FrogIt Yarns this week, we started out with our kind of tealy blue, and then we've gone into some green and yellow, and now peachish, pinkish colors. Love it. So it's almost 8 p.m. here now. Like I said, I had a busy day of grocery store shopping, but I think this is probably going to go up tomorrow, Monday, probably morning. And then for just the week ahead, obviously Christmas is happening. I'm having lunch with a friend of mine tomorrow, and then I need to get on the holiday baking. So I'm planning to make cookies. I like to make cake pops at Christmas. So if you're interested in seeing all the goodies and treats, be sure to come back at midweek when I wrap up Vlogmas with all the tasty content. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you so much. And until next time, happy making.